Today, the moon is in Aquarius, or it goes into Aquarius in the wee hours, my time. I'm on the in the US Pacific time. And so the themes of shakeup, of freedom, of breaking free of old molds, and we're in the Pisces moon cycle. So thinking about how we want to release the old, let go of the things that no longer serve us, being in that bigger picture of flow, of allowing, of release and letting go, so that we are clearing space for the upcoming Aries new moon and solar eclipse. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Wednesday, April 3rd. And so with the moon going into Aquarius, where it was in Capricorn, and we were focused on containers and structures and plans and how do we want to ground things, to Aquarius, where it says, okay, throw out the plan. Let's open to new possibilities. Let's shake things up, allow those lightning bolts of insight to have the space to come in and maybe reveal something that we couldn't see before. The moon is waning, so we're past the third quarter and heading into the upcoming new moon, kind of wrapping up this Pisces moon cycle. And after the moon is in Aquarius, it will go into Pisces. So bringing that full cycle of completion to the work we've been doing with the moon in Pisces. We also have Mercury that recently went retrograde. So that that is tends to be a popular topic when people don't know a whole lot about astrology. Maybe they know about Mercury retrograde and what is, or at least they want to know, what is Mercury retrograde? What does it mean? Am I going to lose my data? What's going to happen? So Mercury is the planet of communication. And when any planet goes retrograde, it is taking us back to review places where we have already been. So imagine it's like you're on the train and the train gets to the station, but then instead of going forward to the next stop, it backs up and it returns back to the station you just passed through. That's basically what happens when a planet goes retrograde, and we even call it a station when a planet slows down and then changes directions. So when Mercury goes retrograde, it is taking us back to places we have already been, meaning it's a great time for review, reflection, going back over, rehashing old thinking, old ideas. Is there anything we want to do differently? The process of reflecting on how we got where we are and what it means to, or how we want to think about things going forward. And until Mercury stations direct and starts moving forward again, we aren't going to get a lot of traction in terms of bringing about new things, implementing new communications, new processes. So it doesn't mean we can't start things or do things when Mercury is retrograde. It just means we have to be going back over old territory. So sort of reviewing and rechecking our lists, and okay, let's not just assume that this is that this communication has taken place, but let's go ask, right? Double check, review our plans, make sure we're all on the same page, and that what I said you heard, and what you heard is, or what you said is what I heard, and that we're communicating and hearing and understanding each other. So it's just about double checking and making sure. And that's why we want to think too about our backing up our computers, because things can go haywire in terms of communication not making its connection. And so when it comes to our computers, we can, that involves our data and things that we get a little bit attached to these days. So So again, rechecking, making sure that communication is established, whether it is something you said and something someone else heard, or whether it is your systems on your computer, your connections, right? Making sure everything is set up properly and that those connections are happening the way they should. So double checking. This year, for the most part, I mean, Mercury goes retrograde 3 or 4 times a year. And so all of the times it's retrograde this year, mostly it will be in fire signs. And so there is some time later this summer when retrograde Mercury will be in Virgo, and that's an earth sign, but most of the time it will be either in Aries or Leo or Sagittarius. And so those Mercury retrograde times when Mercury is in a fire sign also has to do with how we take action, movement, inspiration, will, desires, things that drive us to move forward. And so even in that need for action, we have kind of this pause experience, right? This need to wait a minute, let me think about what I'm doing. And is it the right thing? Is this the way I want to be doing it? It doesn't mean don't take action. It just means take that extra step or that extra moment to double check, to check your thinking, check your connections, and then take the action because we can still take action and learn things. We may not be moving forwards as much as when Mercury is direct, but we are taking the action that helps us understand, right? Sometimes action, risk taking, and courage helps us to understand better how things work. And when we understand better how they work, we're making more effective connections, we're making more productive communications and thinking and ideas and so forth. So we want to be thinking about how we can make everything better, but also doing that learning through action, not through just sitting around and pondering. We need to take some actions to help us do that checking and that double checking. And it might be that you want to do a walkthrough, right? A test drive. That could be a good way to just make sure that you have everything lined up the way you want, or you're getting the features you want, right? It's working the way it should. So those kinds of things we want to be thinking about. So that's Mercury retrograde. With today's moon in Aquarius, we're thinking about shaking things up. We are completing this Pisces moon cycle, or at least coming near to the last few days of the Pisces moon cycle. And so as we think about the Piscean process of allowing ourselves to transcend old restrictions, old containers, old ways of being, and we start to imagine and dream what the new ones will look like. The Aquarian energy allows us to do that shake up that helps us to release, some of the things that we can let go of a little bit more easily when we have an earthquake that happens, right? Okay, you wanted to let go of that, but you were a little too attached, and now you have no choice, that kind of thing. So we want to, of course, align ourselves with the right kind of changes and shake up that take us in the right direction. So getting clear, as I always say, clear about what's important to you, what makes your heart come alive, what makes your heart sing, and then saying, okay, I am willing, from this place of choosing what's important to me, being clear about what I value, what is bigger picture of meaning for me in my life. When I'm clear about that, then when the earthquake comes in, it will shake up and it will clear away what doesn't serve that higher picture or purpose. So that's the way we want it to go, right? And it means we have to let go of some things we might be attached to. We might have to let go of some control, but when it's for the purpose of this higher picture of meaning, then that's actually what we want, right? It might not feel so comfortable, but it's actually serving our own greater good. So that's how we can think about this today's Aquarius energy as we think about breaking free, breaking through breakthroughs, and shaking things up, getting outside the box, letting go of or not clinging to things that we might have that might have given us security in the past. So letting those things get shaken up, shaken loose, letting go, so that we're creating a new kind of stability that is based in the new that we want to shape going forward. And as I've been talking about in several recent videos, the eclipses, we had a Libra lunar eclipse and upcoming Aries solar eclipse that are bringing in this portal to shift, to change. We also have some upcoming interesting astrological alignments. On April 20th, we have Jupiter and Uranus will be conjunct. So that dynamic, that is the age conjunction, which is the coming together of two planets. And those two planets happen to have normally a 13 to 14 year cycle of meeting up together. So we're beginning a new 13 to 14 year cycle of shakeup and growth, and the planets in Taurus that are helping us rethink what gives us stability, rethink our routines, rethink what is normal. So lots to think about there. I'll be sharing a little bit more as we go forward on that. And we also have the planet Neptune that will come very, very close to the end of Pisces, and then we'll go retrograde. So this year, Neptune is not going to leave Pisces. It's not going to leave Pisces until next year. It's been in Pisces since 2011. So this is where we've been sitting for quite a while with this dissolving energy, this energy of illusion, delusion, confusion, sometimes transcendence, sometimes connecting to a bigger picture, depending on where we're choosing to what we're choosing to align with. And so that's why it's so important to stay connected with what feels important. So lots of ideas today, but just to think about the energy, the vibe for today, it is that Aquarian theme of shakeup and freedom, of getting outside the box and allowing in new possibilities, new things to occur to you. So get some headspace, take some space for yourself, make room, clear out the clutter, and make room for new insights and new inspiration, new ideas, new possibilities. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Marina Orms. You can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com, and I'm so excited to share with you a guided meditation that I have available for sale for the upcoming Aries solar eclipse. So it's a guided meditation that can support you in connecting with your own higher wisdom and working with the energy of this solar eclipse, making the most of it, tapping into your own inner knowing through this guided meditation that will help you support and nurture the fire within. So, and start your own new beginnings. The theme is you are the revolution. So it is all about us, right? It's all about us and how we are being who we are in the best ways we can to foster our own highest potential. All right, so check it out. I'll put the link in the description for this video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing and for being here and all your support. I will see you next time. Bye for now.